The Minotaur's axe can just sit here. Whatever. I've grabbed some potions. Well, I made some potions. I grabbed some vials and ingredients. Let's sell our junk. Before stores closed. Then we have some statuettes to deliver, and then we have a case of soul jars to deliver as well. Enchant item here.
It's fixed.
Breaks that. Lamentable.
Can I help you with anything?
Is there anything else I really cared about? Personality plus 17 ring. I thought about it between videos. It's not going to adjust my spell points at all with how personality currently is. I'd need some temporary personality. I could enchant the Witch's Amulet, that Mogred Helm of Precision. I don't care about none of this stuff, except for the Knight's Boots, because it might actually be something of value. So, let's just get rid of it.
This is worth.
Alright, and we'll just sell things from your inventory. Because I can't be bothered transferring it over.
Thanks. Come again.
You better succeed on this enchant item this time. ID monster skill plus 12. Well, you succeeded.
Need a new weapon?
It's not like I wanted it to be useful or anything, Baka. Give me.
Just like
You'll
new.
have to get rid of something first.
How to get rid of you.
See anything you want?
J2's head on a pike.
Thanks a lot.
Alright, that's the inventory clear. Let's go deliver these statuettes. Yeah, this is a bit of a trip. But nothing can be done about it. We'll have to go to Bricata, Tatalia, and Avley. In the case of Avley, that will almost be the last time we see Avley in this playthrough. Unless I decide to go there another time for some other reason. In the case of Tatalia, I'm pretty confident that that will be the last time I'm there. Don't fail. Succeed. I thought about putting off this statue placement until, well, I thought about putting off the Temple of Ba until I went to go place the statue, but I decided against it. Statue, statuette, whatever-ette. Just grab a few Widow's Weep berries. Maybe a crushed rose petal. Be on with our day. Definitely use some more reagents in preparation for Alchemy Hell 2, which is still some time away. Don't get excited. More places need fountains in this damn game. Need a central fountain, so I can teleport there. A pity, to be sure. You know, I amend that statement. I will be coming back here a time before that to grab Alchemy Grandmaster and Meditation Grandmaster. Okay, the 1st of September now. Not too terribly far away from the new year. And we'd get there much quicker if I just spent some time training. We got a lot of levels we could gain, and we're going to be getting some more experience, for sure. Sweet, sweet, delicious XP. There we go. Final statuette delivered. Head back to Pierpont. So, what's our prize? For those 3 statuettes, 2 found in the Grand Temples on Evanmorn Island, and 1 in the Maze of Nyan. you're never told what the locations of those items are. So it's just gotta be something you find through diligent exploration or, I reckon, looking it up. It just tells you where to place them. And even then, you have to find those shrines yourself. So, look at our current experience value, 1549121, and our gold count. Great work. The druids are so pleased they threw in a little extra for your fine performance. Take this. You most certainly deserve it. 50,000 gold pieces, 50,000 experience points. Woohoo! To the pit we go.
Ow!
We got a crate of soul jars deliver. What's up? Maximus takes the case of soul jars with obvious delight. Nice work. I won't even ask what you had to do to get them. Success speaks for itself. I really can't thank you enough for bringing those jars back to us. The necromancers have been clamoring for the delivery for months. This will improve morale around here 100%. Once again, thanks. Acting at the behest of our new allies in Deja, my lords have brought a set of the valuable soul jars necromancers need to complete the Ritual of Eternity to Castor, chief advisor to Lord Ironfist. So, while this historian's sources are incredible, they're not pinpoint accurate. But they do report on things really fast. The Warlocks of Nyon are capable alchemists but incompetent defenders, for the telling of it taking the soul jars was so pathetically easy that I doubt our new enemies in Nyon can mount a credible counter-strike. The ready availability of the soul jars will strengthen our allies tremendously. Overall, this is a fine thing, but I cannot help but detect a note of discord in Archibald's court. Reports coming from Deja are saying that orders given by Archibald and his advisors frequently conflict, and Archibald doesn't always prevail when decisions need to be made. It's almost as though there were two factions vying for control of Deja, and Archibald merely represents one of them. I hope this isn't true. Being linked with a strong ally protects us from attack. When that strong ally begins to look weak, watch out. Do note that chronologically, this takes place before the Temple of Light and Clanker's Laboratory, even though you're allowed to do them in any order you desire. And even though we did do them in a different order than portrayed. That does not influence the story this game wants to tell at all, it seems. And with that done, now that you've finished my associates' tasks, I am ready to give you a much more dangerous but very critical mission. Our plans hinge on your success. I know I can count on you. Oh, I almost forgot to mention Archibald is no longer in charge. That happened fast. He left in a huff after we disagreed with how we should proceed with our plans. He's moved into Clanker's laboratory now and taken some of the less motivated necromancers with him. No loss there. Castor is king of the pit now. Robert the Wise. Just as Archibald has us, King Magnus of Bracada has his advisors. And just like us, each of them wears a small token called a command cube. We need one of their cubes, and they're not going to just hand one over to us. We must take one of their cubes, and we have decided it should be Robert the Wise who suffers. One of our spies in their castle has damaged the lock to its room. They have been lax about replacing it, so you should have no trouble going through the door. I don't care if you kill him or not, just get the cube and return to me at once. Do note, for as incredibly powerful as our party is, for everything they are able to accomplish through might and magic, locks still defeat them 100% of the time. So the fact that someone is able to sabotage a lock is a big deal for this group. And so our next task is to assassinate Robert the Wise, or don't, and return to Tolberti in the pit. Because Robert the Wise has a control cube. Really, all of the 8 have control cubes. And the pit needs a 5th one. I mean, really, killing Robert the Wise wouldn't matter much in the grand scheme of things in a world that has life-restoring magic, right? Such as a raised dead, or even a resurrection. Whether it's through the spell or a scroll. Not that big of a deal, but killing him can help get that. You don't have to kill him, though. But, that will be done for this playthrough, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and buff up a bit, I reckon. So, the way that you can go about not killing him to get that damn control cube is through the usage of the stealing skill. And while Flailfist does have expert stealing, so he's got an effective stealing of 8, and we've got a ring of plus 25, which would take him to 33, because unlike with the dodging skill, where a skill bonus item does get to go through normal and expert and master expertises, as I've proven before in this series, and as I will demonstrate again, that's more than a difference of 12. Stealing and disarm and arms master, whatever, do not. Not that arms master has... Well, I suppose if we go grandmaster, it would double. Perhaps we can find out whenever we do the second playthrough with a knight. Anyway, pretty sure that's not going to be enough stealing skill for us to get this damn thing, but I don't think it's a 0% chance. I think there's a non-zero chance. So what the hell, it'll be worth trying. Now, you could use stealing to get guaranteed items off of NPCs, like NPCs who have those set items, like the loot on Emerald Isle, you know, a fireball wand. Of course, you could, like, pick, like, little bits of gold off of enemies. You could go into, like, stores. Why don't we show off something here? Let's steal from, Talarian Forest, say, for example. We'll go here to...
We'll have to come back another time.
Son of a bitch. I guess the stores are closed. Okay. Let's say we try to steal from Nyan, which is a harder place to steal from.
I hope you like our selection.
I don't. Let's say that Lethal wants to get J2 a gift, but doesn't want to pay for it. Say this Crown of Water Resistance. If I hold down the control key on my keyboard, the interface changes to trying to steal something.
The nerve!
We've been banned from that shop, because we were caught stealing. A tragedy. We can never shop there again.
Looking for something sharp? Take that back, or I'll crush you.
Too hard of a place for us, effectively. But there's no other, like, place that'll really have stores over this time being. Another thing that you could also do, if you were so desperate for gold, and invisibility is not necessary to cast for this, but if you're milling around with hostile enemies, it would be. You'd steal 12 gold there. Get another 11 gold. If you're caught stealing from someone, that wouldn't say break invisibility, but you wouldn't be able to try stealing from them again. I'm fairly confident on that. It has been a long time since I've bothered with stealing. Flailfist failed to steal anything. Hey. Oh, hey, no. How about that? You proved me wrong. But of course, we already stole 10 gold from him, so why am I trying to pull more gold whenever he won't have any gold on him? The Flailfist is even having trouble stealing from these raiders. And that time he was caught stealing, which has upset people. Maybe when you're caught stealing, that there's no way you could succeed in stealing anymore. That it just keeps showing you as being caught. By the way, this is also lowering our reputation here.
It's closed.
Can't even pay the fine off. You better believe there's a fine. I'll have to pay it off before I dip my head into a damn castle. Anyway. There you go, there's stealing effect. Yes, we're in a hostile area. You're right. It's my bad for trying to town portal out of a hostile area. Well, since I've got a fine to pay off anyway, I might as well mow through these folks. That was... Joffrey. Interesting sound she made. Alright, that actually didn't increase my fight at all. Interesting. How's it going, bird? Brr. Okay. So, let's go ahead and cast a few buffs. Because I'm not expecting this to work because the skill's not high enough. But who knows? The game could prove me wrong. That'd be kinda neat, right? Would not too terribly mind that, being proven wrong. What a novel concept. Is there anything else I want to cast? Bless, Heroism. Let's throw down a Preservation. Oh yes. And not forget. Protection from magic.
Let's get out of here.
The unassuming home is someone unimportant, or at least someone who wishes to appear that way.
Suppose there's any gold in there?
In this small house, there is only one enemy. Don't even think there's any gold or loot around here. So the answer to that question is no, Vic.
I have no idea.
And it's Robert the Wise. This is the only enemy in the game, besides Tolberti, who uses this model. And you're only ever going to fight one of them in a playthrough. You may be looking in curiosity at the attacking animation, particularly the weapon being used there. Yep. We'll talk more about that at the video end. Flailfist was caught stealing. No surprise. Everyone got their big people spells ready.
Yes.
Let's open up with a Detect Life. So we can see how many hit points he's got. Okay. 880. Will this work on you?
Ow! Ow!
Oops, that's...
Yes. I can't do everything.
You'll note that,
It doesn't even hurt.
shrapnel ain't doing a damn thing to him. Robert the Wise does not give a fuck about dark magic.
Ah, but a
cut.
scratch.
Not
But I
even a
need it
little.
fixed.
Which would be why Shrinking Ray didn't do anything to him. You also notice that we're not exactly doing a whole hell of a lot of damage to him either. Not even Flail Fist.
It's ready.
Ah, but a scratch.
Just a cut. But I need
Now,
it fixed.
Robert the Wise here deals energy damage. Like the Chaos Hydra that we encounter in the game.
I don't know.
The effect that's firing there, that's not actually, like, triggering thanks to protection from magic, is an eradication effect. Robert the Wise can eradicate you with his attacks.
Ow!
I'm just gonna go ahead and
what a
redo that.
scratch.
And we're basically just gonna fisticuff him.
Ah, but a scratch.
Ow!
We don't have regeneration cast on the class.
Ah, but a scratch.
We do have gobs of hit points.
Ow!
Ow!
So if you don't have GM for,
It's just a cut.
like, protection
but I
from
need
magic,
it fixed. Ow!
and you're still gonna have to fight
no
Robert the
idea.
Wise through one means or another.
It
What a
doesn't even
scratch.
hurt.
Your best way to do that, you know, you can't steal from him, you're just gonna have to fight him. I suppose you could dunk your head in the maze and just drink an ass load of water that will increase your body resistance. That'd be the way to go about it. That's my recommendation to you. Increase body resistance as high as possible. Now our reward for that is actually multiple items. We have a control cube, a small black cube of an unidentifiable metal,
This is worthless.
and something Flailfist would naturally think is worthless. It has no value, of course. But you can't assign a value to something that's priceless, right? Priceless items have no value as well. Worthless and priceless, the same reason it that way. Interesting. I just blew my own mind. Blaster is an ancient weapon. 3d5 plus 8 damage with an 8 attack modifier. A weapon of awesome power. Almost certainly created during the time of wonders. Well, our task here is done. I said our task here is done. I guess I gotta walk around a little bit. Show off the small house. Doesn't look that damn small to me, though. Looks really damn nice. I mean, I reckon there are bigger houses, but there are worse ones, too. Oh, hey, there is a treasure chest. There's a scroll of resurrection in it. And body resistance. And Day of the Gods. It's like the game is trying to tell you something. I forgot that this chest was here. That's very kind of the game, actually, to have that chest there. I appreciate that. I didn't remember that at all. You know, it's the game's way of saying, like, hey, well, you know, developers' way of telling you that body resistance is going to help. Day of the Gods probably help you too. And hey, resurrection in case someone gets eradicated. Hey! Thank you. Anyway, let's go deliver this.
Oh, just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Oh, Tolberti. Tolberti takes the cube. This brings us very close to completing our plan. I know Castor hasn't told you exactly what the plan is, but you'll like it, I'm sure. I am not allowed to say much, but I can tell you your position will be much higher than simply Lords of Harmondale. You can count on that. You will find Castor in his place on the throne of Castle Gloaming. But that doesn't go in our quest log. That's obviously the next step, though. And in addition to doing that, and the reward for having completed it, we've also gained the Blaster skill. A weapon from before the Silence. Their making has long since been lost. Expert and Master Blasters gain double and triple accuracy with these awesome weapons. There you go. Enjoy. In fact, looking to increase your skill with the blaster, if you have a skill level 4 in blaster, it will teach you and you'll become an expert. With better aim comes less opponents left standing. In fact, think you know your blaster? If you have reached a skill level of 7 with the blaster, it will teach you how to master this weapon of destruction. You miss your target less and less as your mastery of this weapon improves. Doesn't cost anything. Assassination. Several hours after having delivered the case of soul jars, Archibald Ironfist, former leader of our allies in Deja, has moved to Clive Clanker's old laboratory. Until recently, the lab had been happily chugging along, selling enchanted weapons and equipment to anyone who had enough money. Like us. Including the pirate Empire of Regna. Having employed the pirates as mercenaries during the Succession War in Inroth, Archibald knew of their wealthy alchemical suppliers. The fact that this wealth existed made for an excellent smokescreen covering the real reasons behind Archibald's manipulation of my lords, to further his ends. The recent tension between Archibald and his new advisors has been well documented. Factionism and discord have created an intolerable situation in Deja, so bad that one side had to leave. Archibald's science necromancers attacked Clanker's laboratory not for the alchemical treasures, but for the living space. Perhaps this is for the better. It is clear Castor's faction is the stronger of the two, and he clearly intends further dealings with my lord. Something big is in the air, something that will surely show itself soon. Yes. Perhaps it's because Archibald's advisors took credit for all the things we did, right? Like, we're the ones who told the Lords of Harmondale to go do this. You know, we brought the soul jars back, you know, we did all these great things. Love us, damn it. What exactly was I doing over here? So we're gonna go visit Castor. Before I do that, I've got a fine to pay off for all the stealing that we tried to do. In general, I don't see stealing to be a worthwhile skill. It can get you an item and save you a bit of gold, but when you've got so much gold, what the hell's the point? It'll get you, like, some items so that you don't have to fight for them, such as the control cube, but then you don't get the experience. We also wouldn't have gotten the blaster, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it hands you both the cube and the blaster. Granted, you do get access to other blasters in this game.
Show respect for the elders, visitor.
Abandoned. We'll get right on that. 2,200 gold pieces for that. But if I really cared, I would have hunted after that damn blue dragon. That bounty was in Harmondale, right? Too late for that now. We'll find more dragons and titans in the land of the giants. So, blasters. Robert the Wise was definitely using one of those. Tolberti is using one too. Maximus and Dark Shade presumably have blasters as well to go along with their control cubes. What the hell? This technology is most certainly created during the Time of Wonders. You don't even call it technology, it's just a weapon. Like, that's a weapon that probably comes out of the Heavenly Forge. What the hell? And it's just so easy to pick up and use. And before we end this episode, I'll definitely be using it. We are close to the end of the episode. But I'm going to talk with Castor. He's not actually on the throne, by the way. Strike the devils. Soon our plans will bear fruit, but there are a few details that must be handled before we are ready. The Krigan, also known as the Devils, shared this world with us. The only reason we're sharing is because they are weak right now. If they ever get strong, they will try to kill every person in the world, as they tried to do with Might and Magic 6, as they tried to do in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Anyway, it's no fun to rule a world full of dead people. Princess J2 agrees. So we have to kill the devils before they kill us. Our plan is for you to infiltrate the devil's lair and destroy their leader, Xenofex. The warlocks of Nion have dug a tunnel from their volcano to the land of the giants, the land of the devils. You can probably use that tunnel to get there. You have to hurry up. Archibald has promised forces, but they won't be available forever. Devils also breed faster than rabbits. The longer you wait, the more you'll have to fight. Not exactly true, in the context of this video game. So, grab Ancient Weapon Grandmaster, get to deal death and devastation wherever you go. That's what I saved J2 skill points for. Let's see, I haven't even saved it all this episode. Let's do that. So, as I have noted before, the Krigans, these devils, arrived during the Night of the Shooting Stars. And they arrived with plans and ideas for world conquest and devastation. Xenofex created the Doomsday Cult. The Cult of Ba. Which was designed basically to win people over and convince them that the current rulership, such as that in Inroth, the Mandate of Heaven, had fallen. To lead them like sheep. In Might and Magic 6, I'll summarize it up by saying you go kill the Krigan Queen. And, destroy... How do I put this? The Krigan are interdimensional creatures. They came from a dimension not of ours. Not just from outer space, but from an entire different dimension in outer space. I think it's in Might and Magic 8. Or some other place. Where, you get more information about the Krigans and their backstory. they've basically been fighting the Ancients this entire time. That's why the silence occurred. They're still fighting. And the Kriegans came here to Inroth a few years ago, this world of Inroth, the planet of Inroth, to carry the fight here. However, when the silence hit, Inroth fell into barbarism and medieval status, effectively, where magic runs high, but not all of the technology, the science that the Ancients had at their disposal. The Heavenly Forges have fallen many years ago due to losing contact with the Ancients. The colonial governor here fell as well, and it's just been hell here ever since. The 8 travelers who emerged from the water in the opening cutscene are from a different place. And they were pursuing their own goal when they crashed, essentially. As I noted many videos back, this ends up being a follow-up to Might and Magic 3. But they brought with them their technology, their control cubes, and their blasters, which are not exactly items you readily find here on this world. You do encounter ancient weaponry and ancient technology towards the end of Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. I reckon I could have encapsulated all that in one giant spoiler alert. But I mean, all the events of 6, you presumably would already know coming into 7. Not necessarily, because you might not have played the game or might not have gotten that far. And as for the events of 8, well, just figure I'd give you some more backstory on that. I'm a terrible person now, I've ruined your hopes and dreams. You've ended up here with the blaster. So, most of the weapons in this game have a floor of how low they can go with recovery time. Like the club, for example, just ends up starting at that floor due to, like, the improper setting of its recovery time. Its floor is 30 units. Lethals unarmed, spears, skills, swords, whatever, all has that floor of 30 units, where eventually it just can't attack any faster. There are 2 exceptions. One is the bow, where if you put enough points into increasing bow skill and increasing speed, you will hit a floor of 0, where you can just spew arrows out across the entire cosmos. The other exception is this ancient weapon, the blaster, where, its recovery time starts at 30 units, and it's not that far down to get to 0. J2's speed covers part of that distance. Whatever little distance is left can be covered. And if we save the game here, though, even though I just saved...
I did it again!
With a haste potion.
I did it again!
I'll now demonstrate by holding down the attack key. You'll notice that the recovery light never goes off for J2. There's only moments where the game is just switching to another character. But then when everyone else has to recover, all we're left with is Princess J2. Hence that. No one else really has blasters in this entire game. Dragons don't have blasters. Titans don't have blasters. Devils don't have blasters. And you will find more of these. Particularly the places we're going. And not just pistols. There's rifle variants. Oh yes. Anyone can become a Grandmaster in a blaster. It doesn't cost any money if you've got the skill points. Boom. It doesn't deal that much damage. You've got a recovery time of nothing. So there's your lesson about blasters. We'll see it in action. Future videos, because that will be J2's weapon of choice from now on. Of course, J2 would use that, right? Screw magic. You know, this won't exactly improve. The blaster, oh yes. We might as well just continue to throw all of our skill points into it. It only increases attack bonus. Who cares? Oh, and just to demo this off. 11 to 23 damage, right? It's still 11 to 23 damage. Arms Master does not help you with a fucking blaster. You'll also notice that it takes priority over the bow. It's just that damn awesome. Alright. This, however, does represent, let's see, for those of you watching this in real time, today is Tuesday, November 21st, and I will be taking a break from YouTube activities, nominally for the Thanksgiving weekend. I will return to action probably on Sunday. So, you've got several days to contemplate us heading to the land of the giants, fighting dragons and titans and retrieving that dragon egg, and killing more Kriegans, including some that are outside, where they can meteor shower us. It'll be great! And spewing blaster fire across the land. We're not that far from completing this game. Yes, it'll be several days, and, you know, for those of you who are behind in the series, or have skipped videos to get here, well then, you have time to relax and enjoy yourself, do whatever. I'll certainly be doing whatever. Talk to you all later.